Ngayong araw ay makakasama natin si Budget and Management Undersecretary Goddess Hope Libiran upang idetalye ang mga features na maaasahan ng ating mga kababayan sa bagong Uplift website. Magandang araw po, Yusek Goddess.
Magandang araw po, Yusek Claire, at magandang araw din po sa mga miyembro ng Malacanang Press Corps at sa lahat po ng sumusubaybay sa programa natin ngayong araw. Alam niyo po, noon pong inactivate ng ating pong Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ang Unified Package for Livelihoods, Industry, Food and Transport or UPLIFT, hindi na po tumigil magtrabaho ang Department of Budget and Management sa pangunguna po ni Secretary Rolly Toledo, ang Office of the Executive Secretary na pinangunahan po ni E.S. Ralph Recto, ang DepDep sa pamumuno ni Sec. R.C. Balisacan, at ganun din po ang Presidential Communications Office led by Secretary Dave Gomez para po maisabuhay ang ating pong Uplift microsite. So ito pong sense of urgency na ito comes from the fact that in any crisis, timing matters. It is very crucial. So people need to see that help is real, that it is ongoing, and that is reaching them. Because even the most extensive government action means little if people cannot understand or access it. So Uplift microsite solves this gap. So what you will see today po is still a work in progress, and there is more we want to build. So this stands as a fulfillment of the President's promise of a coordinated, transparent, and people-centered service for the Filipino people. So now allow me to present and walk you through our updated Uplift microsite. So let's start with the design. Uplift is anchored on a simple idea that every Filipino deserves to know in clear and honest terms what their government is doing and how they can access these services. So every section, every data point and feature is ready to understand, easy to understand, regardless of one's background or familiarity in government. So we kept po the platform minimal, malinis, deliberate, and uncluttered. So we adopted po the official Uplift colors drawn from the Philippine flag. So the landing page is designed as a dashboard which is immediate, organized, and easy to navigate. So more than we don't want this to become like yung stock exchange report. So we want this to become a public-facing clarity tool built to be intuitive and accessible. So at the center po of the landing page is the main dashboard featuring the 5 key pillars of government response within the white box. So these po represent the core areas of government intervention, from saving lives to ensuring fuel, food, electricity, and direct support to affected sectors. So what you see here, hindi lang po yan mga categories, but results drawn from real agency data. Let me walk you through each one briefly. So for example, under the saving lives bucket, we highlight that over 8,000 Filipinos have already been brought home. These are actual data. We also note the range of support provided from financial, from transport and medical assistance to re-employment facilitation, capturing not just the action taken but the support given to each returning Filipino. So under naman po doon sa assisting sectors in need, the impact becomes even more tangible. So as you can see, it is stated there, shown there, that over 1 million transport workers have already received assistance. So from tricycle drivers, from jeepney drivers, or operators to TNBS drivers, service delivery riders. So just below this figure is a link that discloses details on the payout venues for driver's assistance. Next is ensuring sufficient fuel supply, which tracks fuel levels, days of supply, and incoming shipments. So makita nyo dyan, ilan pang barrels ng gasolina ang available sa bansa ngayon, ilan yung parating, at ilang araw ang kayang i-cover nun as buffer. So this allows the public to see both intention and preparedness. So for keeping food prices within reach, we chose this wording deliberately rather than promise what we cannot control. We commit to keeping essential goods accessible through interventions like the Kadiwa, yung price monitoring po natin, and targeted support. So we also provide food price data across regions, not limited to Metro Manila, based on data from the DA and DTI. So when users select a region, they are directed to a DA-managed worksheet that is regularly updated within the latest prices. Kasi po, di ba, ang reklamo karamihan ng iba nating kababayan, Manila-centric yung response. So diyan, pinapakita natin, lahat ng mga rehiyon, when they click the link, lalabas yung mga presyo ng mga goods and services per region. So inclusive po to, whole of nation siya. The last of the 5 core pillars is ensuring electricity supply. Here, we monitor grid capacity. So we also have measures in place to keep the lights on. So when we click the tab at the navigation bar, but in our main dashboard, we provide a regional power situation outlook as reported po by the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. So there is also a small yellow icon next to this. It is, ang title po niya is Helping Commuters. So this section includes key interventions such as fare discounts, free rides, and toll relief, making assistance easy to find. So when clicked, these would lead to the respective help for public page, which reveals our libreng sakay routes and other relevant information on fare discounts para po kapag tiningnan ng tao, clinic nila, malalaman nila saan ba yung mga ruta ng mga libreng sakay, saan sila makaka-avail. So, kumpleto po yan. And there is also, on the right side of the landing page, you will find PBBM in action. So this is a dedicated feed of the President's own words and movements in response to the crisis, featuring po his speeches, press releases, and on-the-ground engagements. So essentially, this microsite shows that this whole of government response starts at the top, no? And that our president is actively engaged, publicly accountable, and squarely focused on the Filipino people. So when we click naman yung uplifting news at the navigation bar, we can see stories produced by the Uplift Communications and Command Center, which brings together data, figures, field reports, and agency inputs into clear, cohesive narratives. So ito po yung mga curated stories po that translate government action into something people can understand, relate to, and trust. As we know, content is refreshed regularly so that the public receives the latest and most relevant articles and information. So now let's go back po to the landing site. So meron po rin dyan na nakalagay yung mga energy conservation tips. Energy conservation tips. So itong section na to, just under the PBBM in action, translates DOE data into everyday actions, practical tips that empower Filipinos to save energy, reduce expenses, and be part of the solution. So below this are the logos of agencies involved in mitigating the impact of the energy crisis. So when you click on them, it will lead you to the respective sites. No? And then on the upper right navigation bar, we have the What is Uplift section, which provides a concise and detailed explanation of the initiative, what it is, how it works, and why it matters. Actually, kahit po, pag chinek nyo sa laptop nyo, just click yung uplift.gov.ph. It is already up and running. Sa Contact Us, yung test site po natin, yung uplift.dbm.gov.ph, ngayon po na-migrate na natin siya into the official site, which is uplift.gov.ph. Ayan. So the contact, punta naman po tayo dun sa Contact Us tab, which offers a direct line to the government agencies involved. So making it easier for users to reach the appropriate agencies when needed. And syempre, dahil po tayo ay advocate ng open government and transparency and accountability, we also created the feedback tab, which creates space for participation, allowing citizens and civil society organizations and stakeholders to share their thoughts, suggestions, and concerns. So yung feedback po submitted through this section is directed towards the BBM's Public Assistance Desk, where it is reviewed and forwarded to the appropriate agency for proper action. And one feature worth mentioning is that the Uplift microsite speaks Filipino, literally. With a single click, the entire platform shifts from English to Filipino. Ayan, because we never want language to be the reason a single citizen feels left out. We also intend po to expand to regional languages like Bisaya and Ilocano because we know that true accessibility means meeting every Filipino in the language they call their own. So let's go to the bucket expanded tabs. Now that we have gone through the landing page, let me take you deeper into the navigation tab at the top, which contains our buckets, as mentioned earlier. So behind each of the pillars is the full breakdown of our responses pertaining to that particular sector or theme. So sumusunod po kami dun sa consistent 5-part structure or drop-down buttons that take anyone from awareness all the way to action. So number 1 is yung what the government is doing. So let's click it. First, this is our plain language explanation of the programs in place and what they aim to achieve. Take saving lives as our first example. Okay. Under this pillar, you will find out more about the government's OFW repatriation or integration efforts, the operations actively bringing Filipinos home from conflict-affected areas in the Middle East, yung mga ahensya po that are coordinating their safe return, and the programs waiting for them when they arrive back on Philippine soil. So from emergency repatriation flights to livelihood assistance and reintegration support, it is all laid out here. So the Learn More button takes you directly to the implementing agency's own page where the full official details are laid out. So no dead ends, no runaround, just a seamless path from curiosity to complete information. Next is help for the public. So when they go to the help for the public segment, this section offers practical everyday steps that Filipinos can take to access the help available to them. So under helping commuters, for example, the platform walks you through everything you need to know about our Libreng Sakay program, which routes are covered, where to board, and what to bring. And then, syempre, meron pong beneficiary testimonials. Because, as we know, numbers tell you how many, but people tell you why it matters. This section features short videos of real Filipinos, the farmer who received ride support, the OFW who made it home safely, and the commuter riding for free, their words, their faces, and their stories. And we also have our fourth drop-down button. We have updates and briefings, which serves as a continuously updated bulletin board for official releases, announcements, and real-time development related to the government's crisis response. So if you click these stories, you go to some of the implementing agencies' articles or posts. And finally, where the money goes. Yan. So this presents a transparent breakdown of budget allocations, disbursements, and actual accomplishments, a no-nonsense look at how resources translate into on-the-ground results. Okay? So ito pong microsite natin is also fully optimized for mobile. So if you check your phones, go to uplift.gov.ph for accessibility and ease of use across all devices. So it adopts a modern scroll-based layout that allows users to navigate content seamlessly in a natural and intuitive flow. So to sum it up, the Uplift microsite takes everything this administration is doing to shield Filipinos from the effects of the Middle East crisis. It shows that we are present, we are mobilizing, we are here, united, and under the leadership of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., we're moving forward together with every Filipino citizen in mind. So this platform will continue to grow and improve, but we chose to make it available now so that Filipinos can already see, understand, and access the help meant for them when it matters most. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Meron po tayong katanungan mula kay Sam Medinilla, Business Mirror.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, magtatanong lang po ako regarding po dun sa kung magkano ang funds na expected na magagamit ng government kapag napasa na po yung Uplift bill at saka saan po ito gagamitin.
Oh, okay. So at this stage po, the estimated funding requirement for the proposed uplift interventions is at least 155 billion. based po on the preliminary presentation of the Office of the Executive Secretary. However, it is important to note and to emphasize that this figure is not fixed. No? In public financial management terms, this remains a dynamic and evolving funding envelope as the final amount will depend on how much yung participating agencies can realign, repurpose, or defer from their existing appropriations in order to support targeted interventions addressing the Middle East crisis. So in other words, we are not looking at entirely new spending, but rather a strategic reprioritization within the current fiscal space consistent with prudent fiscal management and in line with our whole of government efforts. So further refinements po to the funding requirement are expected as agencies finalize po their respective proposals, as also reflected in the discussions and materials po presented by the Department of Economy, Planning and Development during the recent interagency briefing.
I-clarify ko lang, ma'am. Bale, yung kailangan po ng government na funding is 155 billion.
Yun po yung estimated funding requirement based dun sa preliminary presentation by the Office of the Executive Secretary. But again, hindi po yun fixed kasi magbabago siya depending pa rin dun sa sa mga i-identify ng mga implementing agencies.
Opo, ma'am. During po yung sa uplift meeting po earlier this week, may na-propose po na parang bill na will allow the government to access yung mga savings from previous years. Tsaka yung parang yung 2-year rule, parang magkakaroon ng flexibility. Magkano po yung funds na expected na matatap ng government kapag napasa yung proposed bill na yun?
Again, depende pa rin po kasi doon sa mga, right now wala pa po kaming data, accurate data tungkol dyan kasi po, it's really up to the agencies kung ano, para ma-identify kung ano yung mga projects na kaya nilang i-give up o hindi nila ipa-prioritize doon sa period na involved. So once they finalize, syempre may mga corresponding data yan and figures, tsaka lang po nila ipapasa yan sa DBM for consideration. And then tsaka lang po namin kayo mabibigyan ng updated data. It's really up to the agencies po.
Tanong ko na lang, ma'am, kung kailan yung parang deadline for that submission ng mga funding requirements para mag-adjust yung 155 billion.
I think it's as soon as possible po ang binigay. Pero i-update po namin kayo as to the exact date po.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next question po. Cathy Valente, Manila Times.
Follow up lang dun sa uplift bill, anong mangyayari daw? Ano pong mangyayari sa budget kung matapos po itong war sa Middle East? So saan po mapupunta yung possible budget kung susobra man?
Saan mapupunta ang
Budget na allocated for this response sa Middle East crisis po.
dun po sa mga dun po sa kung saan talaga rin sila nakalaan. Kasi 'di ba sa GAA, naman yan identified yung mga items kung para sila saan sila gagamitin. So kapag hindi siya magamit, may matira, di tuloy-tuloy pa rin po na doon siya i-allocate kung saan talaga siya naka-allocate.
And isa pa ma'am, bakit po kailangan natin ng isang microsite?
Because at this time where fake news is prevalent, we really want the people to have a single source of truth when it comes to information regarding the Middle East crisis. So ang dami po kasing kumakalat na mga maling impormasyon, may mga kumakalat na balita, walang ginagawa gobyerno, which is not true at all. Kaya po gusto naming makita nila, under po the directive of our President, makita nila kung ano ba talaga yung ginagawa ng gobyerno para sa kanila, dahil po lahat naman ng mga programa, proyekto, yung mga ayuda, mga tulong, lahat naman po yan sila ang true beneficiary. At para na rin po maiwasan na maligaw ng landas dahil po dun sa mga fake news na kumakalat nga.
Ay ma'am, hanggang kailan po itong microsite and magkano po yung inallocate nating budget and paano masusustain? Magagamit pa ba to after the Middle East crisis?
Yung microsite po, ito po kasi ay ginawa specifically for the Middle East crisis para malaman nyo kung ano yung ginagawa ng gobyerno to uplift the lives or to help the Filipinos, help cushion the impact of the Middle East crisis sa ating mga kababayan. So syempre, as long as there is a Middle East crisis, ano po yan, up and running po yan. Wala naman po tayong ginastos dyan. Actually, ang nag-develop po niyan, yung ating pong mga developers sa Department of Budget and Management in coordination with DepDev, OES, and PCO. So wala po tayong ginastos dyan. Gobyerno lang po, wala tayong binayaran. So, ayun po.
Next question po, Rafi Ayeng, Daily Tribune.
Hi, Asek. Dun sa Uplift Microsite, it is included that there are nakasaad doon kung saan napunta ang budget. Pero is the government will consider including the latest government money already shelled out na for those projects?
Opo, actually kapag alam ko doon po sa may sa fuel supply, yung ensuring sufficient fuel supply, kapag tiningnan nyo doon yung where the money goes, makita mo doon yung yung na-release na budget, like yung from yung sa Malampaya gas fund na 20 billion pesos. Tapos po hinihintay lang namin yung data from the implementing agency, which is the DOE, para malaman namin kung magkano na dun sa 20 billion yung nadi-disburse. So as long as they give the data, automatic naman po yan na mapapublish po doon sa website.
For those government cash aid naman po na binibigay sa mga drivers, sa operators, makikita rin po kaya ng for more transparency lang.
Makikita po siya doon, sir, Sir Rafi. Pag pumunta po kayo doon sa where the money goes sa helping commuters, makikita nyo po doon kung magkano na yung magkano yung nirelease ng gobyerno para doon sa ayuda para sa yung mga fuel subsidy, 'di ba? Yung mga ganyan, yung mga fare discounts for MRT, LRT. And then makikita rin po yung magkano yung na-release namin at magkano yung na-disburse ng agency. So this is not, as I mentioned earlier, so this is not merely a report. This is a public-facing clarity tool. This is a transparency tool. Para makita nyo na we are open, we are transparent, and we are ready to face accountability.
Next question po, Harley Valbuena, IBC 13.
Ayusek. Ma'am,
Hello
since
po.
the Uplift microsite promotes transparency, will this help us prevent any possible corruption or irregularities in spending the funds for the programs under the Uplift?
I believe so, sir. Kasi syempre, Sir Hardy, kapag nakikita ng tao right there, no, na ito na pala yung mga nagastos, tapos syempre it will be, as mentioned kanina, sabi ko, transparency tool siya. So kapag yung mga information ay readily made available, it will be open for public scrutiny. So yung mga civil society organizations natin, mga ordinaryong mamamayan, makikita nila magkano, tapos gumagalaw ba yung pondo o na-release na ng gobyerno yung ganito, bakit yung disbursement ng ahensya mababa pa rin. So yun nga, public transparency tool siya, mababantayan ng tao yung galaw ng pera at makikita rin natin kung paano yung nagiging performances ng mga yung mga implementing agencies as to how they spend yung kanilang mga allocated budget. At meron din po tayo dong yung feedback section kung saan po yung mga civil society organizations, even ordinary students, mga individuals, teachers, even mga fisher folks, yung mga drivers, pwede po silang mag-send ng feedback So kapag may mga questions sila about budget, ano po yan, sasagutin po yan ng appropriate agency. So talagang ito po ay transparency at its finest. Thank you po.
Last question po, Chloe Hofana, Business World.
Good afternoon, Yusek. Governor Remolona said the Monetary Board expects the fiscal policy to be more stimulative. However, analysts argued that accelerated spending would do nothing if no new appropriations will be made that will help subsidize vulnerable households and sectors. Do we have the fiscal space for new appropriations amid the suspension of excise taxes on some fuel products and subsidies?
Oh, that I cannot answer kasi hindi ko pa po sila nakausap. Pero as soon as makapagbigay sila ng official statement at mapag-usapan siya sa DBCC, we will update you po.
Okay, just another question, ma'am. Meron na po bang update sa target setting since the levies on kerosene and LPG are currently suspended? And how would that impact revenues, and are there plans to adjust collection targets?
Again, that's that will be part of the discussion po ng Development Budget Coordination Committee. So I believe magkakaroon po ng meeting next month ang DBCC at isa po yan sa mga possible na pag-usapan. And i-update po namin kayo once may data na available.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Additional question po. Alvin Baltasar, Radyo Pilipinas.
Yusek, good afternoon po. Pahabol lang. Yusek, nabanggit nyo kanina yung ayuda. Kamusta po yung budget natin since ang dami nating sinasubsidize, yung tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung crisis sa Middle East. Hindi pa ba natin gagalawin yung unprogrammed appropriation?
Wala pong ayuda sa unprogrammed appropriation for fiscal year 2026. Kung makikita nyo po, parang nakafocus lang yun sa support to foreign assisted projects and yung revised AFP modernization program. As of now, meron pa rin naman po tayong pondo at in case po na magkulang yun, pwede naman pong mag-request ng additional budget ang implementing agency via the contingent fund, but subject po yan sa approval ng Office of the President.
Thank you po, Yusek.
Pahabol din po. Tristan Nodalo, Newswatch Plus.
Presscon pala ito,
Yusek, mabilis lang po. Yung speaking of ayuda, na-discuss na rin po ba yung possible second round doon sa most affected sector ng ayuda and yung expansion of this government programs kasi natatakal before yung possible inclusion ng middle class. So may mga ganun po ba? Or intayin muna maipasa yung uplift bill para magkapondo?
I think napag-uusapan nila yung expansion nung assistance to yung mga sectors in need, pero wala pa pong definite kasi na request to expand or wala pang definite request or official requests coming from implementing agencies para sa additional budget. So sa kanila po kasi manggagaling So kapag nag-request sila, at kung meron naman po tayong available funding source at kumpleto naman yung mga requirements nila, then we will study and facilitate po yung process ng pag-release ng pondo kung kailangan po talaga.
Final question po. Miss Let Narciso, DCRH.
Yusek, binanggit niyo po yung depende sa request ng agency. Ang DOTR po, may request na po sila, di ba, para maipagpatuloy yung service contracting at fuel subsidy. Naaprubahan na po yun?
Sa ngayon po, ang alam ko po ay inaaral pa po siya ng aming bureau. Titingnan po niyan kasi syempre yung utilization rate nung prior release. And then titingnan kung kompleto po yung mga requirements nila. At kapag kumpleto naman po yun at kung in order lahat ng mga documentary requirements at makita yung kung paano nila utilize yung budget, and then as I mentioned earlier, mabilis naman pong umaksyon ng DBM pagdating sa ganyan, lalo na kung meron naman po tayong available na pondong pagkukunan.
Magkano po ulit yung hinihingi nila? 5 po ba or 7 billion?
Allow me to get back to you po. Wala po ako nung data niya. Sabihan ko po kayo later.
Yun na po ang pinakahuling tanong. Salamat po, Yusek Gades.
Thank you po.
Maraming salamat, DBM Yusek Gades Hope Libiran.